Hello and welcome to the final instalment of LA1 TV's coverage of Enactus Jailbreak 2017. Time's up for our teams who, in just 36 hours and without using any of their own money, have cumulatively travelled over 15,000 miles, all to raise money for Enactus Lancaster project.
Today we are joined by Enactus Lancaster President Kiran Bora.
So, how did everyone get on last night over the last few hours they had, the last time we've checked in?
Well, I'll show you on the map actually. On yesterday's shows, we gave you an update on each of the teams involved. Now, today we're going to be able to bring you the final locations of each team and just how they managed to get there. So let's start off closest to home, of course. As with yesterday, in case you didn't know, there are two teams who are already back in Lancaster. They pulled out after the first day. So that's Dumbledore's Army, they're over there. But as we move out into Europe, we've got loads of people all over Europe. So we've got a team, Shoot for the Stars, they are in Germany at the moment. Got House 96, they are in the Netherlands. And of course, a bit closer to home, we have the Wildcats in Calais, and the Liabilities also were in Dover. So that was the plan for them, to get down into the coast and then cross over on the Dover-Calais crossing. Not so for most of our teams though. Most of our teams decided to try and get to Manchester Airport and then fly out of the country. So that's why we've got a team in Vienna, Austria at the moment. So the three Vagabonds are there. They did very, very well to get there. We have then got a team down here, down in the Canary Islands. We've got Rom Solo and Brubaker. But our furthest teams away went even further than the Canary Islands. They ended up all the way over here in Cyprus, so down just below Turkey. Here's Cyprus, and there it is a bit bigger. Two of the three teams in Cyprus, our two winning teams, came over to the east where they went to Ayia Napa. That's the furthest point away from Lancaster within Cyprus. When we've got ADs on tour and Winar, they both headed to Ayia Napa. Winning obviously is a little bit of an issue there then, because we had two teams who arrived on the same flight in Cyprus and both headed to the same location. So we'll be talking about who actually won in just a moment. So our third team ended up in Cyprus as well. So all three of our top three teams have been in Cyprus. So as we come back, we can see just how far and wide everyone from Enactus Jailbreak 2017 has got. We've got people who spent a lovely night in London. We've had people who have spent a great night in Amsterdam and also in Cyprus, all over Europe. So all of our teams have done very well, actually.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
I have to say, you know, as you were saying before, I mean, in the past, there's been teams who have got to Vienna who probably might have finished in the top three, but now it's the seventh. So, you know, incredible journey from everyone.
Yeah, definitely. I love the fact that they basically decided which is the farthest place they can go to, and they actually made an effort to go there. And I mean, this year it's been incredible. We had three teams in Cyprus, Ayia Napa, the furthest point really, and then there are three teams in Tenerife as well. So I think great effort from the teams, so quite impressed.
Fantastic. Yeah. So our three teams that ended up in Cyprus, so we had ADs on tour. I believe they got to Cyprus first, but didn't end up in Ayia Napa. Then we had the Fire. These are the ADs on tour, so they did very well. I believe we're going to be speaking to them a little bit later on in the show. And then we've got the Fireflies. So these guys definitely made it to Ayia Napa. And then our final group that made it to Cyprus are Winar there. Who actually won?
Right, so the big reveal. So the team that won was Team Fireflies, and the Team Fireflies and Winar were actually there in Cape Greco at the same time.
Wow.
But because these two teams traveled together, they decided between themselves, how about we race to get Cape Gecko once we get there, and they did that, and Team Fireflies actually ended up winning, and Winar is second place just by a 5-minute lag, really.
Wow. Only 5 minutes.
Only 5 minutes.
That's
so
absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
so there they are in Ayia Napa. That looks really nice, actually. I'm very jealous. I wish I could
It's quite warm as well. I checked the weather. I'm like,
Oh,
Wish I could have been there, but
Yeah.
temperature's about 20, 22, so it's quite like a pleasant sort
yeah,
of
nice,
summer.
nice heat.
Yeah.
Unlike here.
Yeah, where
Unlike
it's
Lancaster.
Yeah.
chilly and miserable.
Yeah.
I mean, as Craig was mentioning though, AD's on tour, who we have spoken to, landed in Cyprus first,
Yeah.
but they actually managed to finish third because obviously
Yeah.
the two teams just got to Ayia Napa so quickly.
Yeah.
AD on tour actually did get to Ayia Napa. I think all three ended up in Ayia Napa, but it was just a case of who
Wow.
got there quickest.
Fantastic.
Yes.
And I think I've just been told AD's on tour are actually watching the show now.
Oh, right.
So shout out to them. But actually, we do have we chatted to them a little bit earlier on. So I'm sure we can see what they had to say about their
Yeah.
fantastic journey. So here they are. So we've got Kim and Sam. What was your team name?
AD's on tour.
So guys, where are you at the moment?
So we're currently at Larnaca Airport in Cyprus, waiting for our flight home tomorrow morning.
Fantastic. So how did you guys get to Cyprus?
Oh my goodness, long story. Where to start? Right. Okay, so we left Lancaster at 6. Well, it's pretty shortly after. Yes. One of our friends was going into town doing a shopping, so we jumped in her car. Got dropped off at Tesco, got some snacks, got on a train. We got tickets. Northern Rail gave us like complimentary passes, so we used those to get down to Manchester.
Oh wow.
And then we spent like 9 hours running around 7 hours running around Manchester collecting money off people like shaking buckets, and then we took that money to the airport and sort of tried to negotiate the best flight / value for money place we could get to.
Cool. And that was Cyprus. So you guys, have people been really helpful? Have you found like people have been
Yeah.
like?
Everyone was so nice to us. It's incredible, literally. Like the amount of like support we've been given was amazing. I completely like restored my faith in humanity. Yeah. We were a few times we were just walking down the streets of Manchester, and homeless people came up to us and they were like, "Excuse me, you raising for charity?" And we were like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Can we give you some money?" And we were like, "Oh my goodness!" Like going through all the belongings and change. Trying to do
Oh
that.
my
Homeless people trying to donate money to charity. Believe it. Absolutely ridiculous. Trying to help
That's
us out,
amazing.
and it's just been fantastic how nice and supportive everyone's been. It's been overwhelming.
Do you know how much you guys have raised for charity? How much?
It was £185 for our team.
Wow, fantastic! Well done, and you've made it all the way there. So so you're staying over in the airport overnight?
This is the plan, yeah. Being short on funds at this stage,
Yeah.
we treated ourselves to a hotel room last night because we didn't fancy lurking in the shady streets of Larnaca overnight. So treated ourselves to a hotel room. So tonight we're gonna slum it in the airport.
Yeah.
So,
Fantastic. And then you guys are going to be back in Lancaster sometime tomorrow? Is it you flying back to
sometime
Manchester?
tomorrow, probably.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed around 4 o'clock. So time for an early bedtime.
Great. So thank you guys for speaking to us. You've done a fantastic job getting to Cyprus, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks. So
Thank you.
Kim and Sam.
Bye. Bye.
So obviously that's a fantastic well done to all of our teams, especially Team Firefly, our winners for Jailbreak 2017. If you guys would like to congratulate the 14 teams of the 33 participants on their fantastic efforts, you can donate to Enactus by heading to their Just Giving page.
Yep, and so far £2,342 have been raised on that page, which will help Enactus fund their 4 current social entrepreneurship projects. So what are the projects you're running at the moment, and then how will the money then be used to put back into that?
Right. So I'll tell you about, we have 4 projects like you mentioned. One project focuses on individuals troubled with autism, and that's difference enabled. So we basically run a salad stall on campus that focuses on sort of giving them employability and social skills really, because individuals on the spectrum do not really get that kind of employability exposure. So Enactus is sort of giving them that, and we do this through workshops and also the salad stall. So that's difference enabled for you. And then we have this project called Amity, which focuses on combating loneliness among the elderly population in Lancaster and Morecambe. and we run a knitting club basically at the Friendship Centre in Lancaster, and currently we have 23 elderly women coming down and actually knitting, and it's called Knit and Natter actually, which is quite cute really.
That's really nice.
And we're looking to expand to other demographics as well within the Friendship Centre, by which I mean we're looking to expand and hold classes for some elderly male as well. So that's the plan for now with Amity. One of our other projects is called Project CCC, which is our newest project. And that is basically a platform to connect entrepreneurs in Durban in South Africa to sort of business entrepreneurs in Europe. And that is our newest project, and we'll see where that goes. Currently, it's just been like 2 weeks since we've been working on it. And I think I'm forgetting one project there.
There's Trust as well.
Trust,
isn't there?
right, yeah, one of our best projects really. Trust focuses on victims of human trafficking, and it is our only international project, and it's Trust because it is victims of human trafficking in Romania. So we do that by sort of have a bag business. We make handmade bags, custom bags, and then they're sold for a profit to support the victims of human trafficking. So far we are at a research phase, and then we do sort of needs and wants assessments with our victims and beneficiaries and see what they actually want to gain from this project, and then go from there.
Yeah, and obviously with the Trust thing on the Enactus website, it mentions about soap making. Is that something that's like a previous project? Or?
Yeah. So with Enactus, basically what is we work with project partners, and we obviously, because it is an international project, we do need partners established in Romania. So our project partner last year at least wanted to be involved in a soap making business, and we sort of had agreement from both the parties, but when we went back to them this year after sort of the academic year finished, they did not want to go on with the soap making business, and they wanted to focus more on like a handmade, very customizable bag business. So that is what we've shifted our focus to, and hopefully we invest most of the money towards sort of buying sewing machines and things like that to support those victims of human trafficking.
Yeah.
So it really is making a huge difference. Everything that people donate,
Yeah,
either through the
everything.
Just Giving page or to the people doing Jailbreak, it's making a real difference.
Yeah, everything gets reinvested into our projects, because I mean, Enactus is not really a charity. We're not running a simulation.
Yeah.
We're not about giving just money to people and hand it off like that. We are actually empowering these people to establish livelihoods of their own. So
That's
yeah,
fantastic.
definitely.
And through Jailbreak, then obviously you've raised just over £2,000 on the Just Giving page. But how much have you estimated that you've made in total in terms of like donations to the candidates and to the participants and things like that?
Yeah, we had a lot of teams actually really creatively fundraise. One of the teams, which was Shoot for the Stars, actually went and cleaned houses in county for a fee. So and some of them sold cookies and treats like that. And we do have a lot of money in cash as well. So we're looking to have a total amount of about 3,500 to 600. So an added £1,000 from outside of the Just Giving page as well.
No, that's incredible.
Yeah,
a lot
that's
of money
really-
being raised for a good cause as
Yeah,
well. so-
definitely. I'm really impressed for sure.
Fantastic. So it's great to hear about the charity, and obviously the Jailbreak is just a part of that, and how you're going to try and fundraise. Obviously,
How do people get involved? Sorry,
how
how do people get involved in Enactus if they want to help out, or like how can they get involved in that sort of way?
Right. We really emphasize on like getting quality members. So this year when we did recruitment, we actually do formal recruitment process where they do an application form, and then there's sort of like a mini assessment center of sorts.
Yeah.
And then we choose our members basically, because I mean, like I said, it is not a simulation. We're actually involved with real beneficiaries, so we have to make sure that people are committed, and we have to have meetings every Tuesday, so they have to sort of commit at least 4 hours for a week to be involved in Enactus. So it is a bit of a strict measure, but at the same time, I know that gets us quality members who are actually really motivated to be part of the bigger picture, really.
And if you'd like to find out more about the Enactus, you can go to their website, enactuslu.org, to find out about their projects and how you can get involved with them as well. But just going back to Jailbreak then, obviously this year has seen such an impressive, 3 teams in the Canary Islands, 3 teams in Cyprus. You were mentioning off air as well that people can go into Russia and sort of and go maybe even further than people have got in Cyprus, but is it worth maybe expanding to a global thing, going beyond Europe?
I'd definitely love to see that happen, to be honest. But at least the past 3 years that I've been involved in it, it's purely because the insurance does not permit us. Because hitchhiking is such a high-risk activity that Lusu doesn't want to be involved in it. So it is entirely our necks on the line, really. So when we sign off the risk assessment, it's basically mine and my co-president's names on the line. So loads of sort of risks there, but if the insurance sort of permits, I'm sure a few of the exec members that sort of take over next year will probably be looking into that.
Yeah.
I'd love to see teams maybe go down to America or
That'd be
anywhere in the world,
amazing.
really. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only way is up from here because obviously people have done so well, especially compared to previous years. It's been really fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made a joke in the office before that there had to be like an intergalactic jailbreak, like going to like the moon or something, go to Mars.
That would be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's the next step. Obviously, the next step.
The obvious step up. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously everyone's done really well this year, but are there any awards that will? Are there going to be any awards that will like sort of certify, first place or anything?
Yeah, we have. We can't disclose the awards yet, really, but we have the first three winners, and then we have the best dressed, best photo / Vogue, and most money raised, and we have one for the worst attempt as well.
Right.
So of course that is going to be covered on LA1 TV. So
yeah. That is happening, the Jailbreak Awards night this Wednesday.
Yeah.
And hopefully it should be really good.
Yeah, no, it should be a good night.
So yeah, definitely amazing this year. It's just been incredible, the amount of money that's been raised. There's so many people have taken part, and even if the people who came back to Lancaster, I'm sure they've raised a lot of money to help help you fund those projects that you definitely that are going to benefit people. So.
Yeah, so thank you, Kieran, for coming along. It's been great to have you on and to be working with Enactus on Jailbreak. And thank you, everybody, for watching over this weekend. We've had a great time covering the event and seeing how far everyone can go. That rounds off our coverage of Enactus Jailbreak 2017.
Yep, a big well done to everybody involved, from the participants to the organisers at Enactus Lancaster for raising, as Kieran said, around £3,500 to £600 for their project.
And of course, congratulations to the Fireflies, the official winners of this year's event. Goodbye.
Bye.